Will President Trump own that?
It's not going to add to the debt.
The Joint Committee on Taxation, the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget, the Tax Foundation, the Penn-Wharton budget model all say this will add trillions of dollars to the deficit. Are you really telling the American people this will not add 1 penny to the debt and deficit? You can guarantee that?
I am telling you this is going to reduce the deficit.
There's the shuffle. There it was.
John, is there anything in the Bible about lying? I thought Mike Johnson was a God warrior.
Yeah, Mike Johnson. Listen, I mean, this is the proof that these guys fighting to put the 10 Commandments, which includes "Thou shalt not bear false witness."
Oh, that's it.
What they want to do is they want to teach children never to trust their MAGA parents because Donald Trump has broken all 10. So putting up the 10 Commandments in a school is going to teach the kids to not believe anything their MAGA Christian parents ever say.
Yeah.
How about this one? What does JoJo from Jerz calls it? Donald Trump's small in the pants parade. The cost to repair the streets after the upcoming Small in the Pants parade, could cost $16 million. That's part of an estimated $45 million total cost for this stupid thing.
I'm so glad the Pope is counter-programming that day.
Yes.
A lot of people.
Pope Bob from Chicago.
A lot of people who won't go into a church are going to watch Mass that day.
For the record, let me point something out. My favorite part of the whole tariffs are okay, but taxes have to be repealed because if they let them go up, it'll wreck the economy. It's like, if we can grow our way out of the tariffs and we should just suck it up, and any inflation or costs that happen because of that, we'll grow the economy so much we'll never even notice. Then why isn't that true about taxes going just back to the rate they were in 2018?
Yeah.
If it's going to grow that much, then why can't you just let the tax cuts expire? If you trust that it's going to grow.
Because it didn't work.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
That's right. Because it was a lie the whole time.
Jess says, it is honestly still insane to me that RFK can release a huge report with made-up citations and Hegseth can oversee Signalgate and there are no meaningful consequences. Either of these things would get anybody fired from the normal job because they're too sloppy and dangerous.
January
to be
2027. Democrats need to run on. The hearings are coming.
Yep.
January 2027.
So let's talk about, speaking of RFK, so Dr. Tran says the CDC now says all kids may receive COVID vaccine. That means insurance companies will still likely cover the shots, but the new guidance is more confusing than a broader recommendation, and COVID vaccines during pregnancy are now listed as no guidance, not applicable, which will decrease uptake. I mean, like everything they do, Hal, it's just more chaos and confusion and misinformation.
Well, part of it is, the Republican motto has been for a very long time, government can't do anything right, elect me and I'll prove it. And then on top of that, you literally have people who've been put in a position who have no idea how anything works. They just don't know how the mechanics of it work. I mean, you can look at like Kash Patel and Bongholio as an example of how they're talking, that he's like, I sit in my office and I stare at four walls all day. I don't go home. Cash is here all day. Like, oh my God, I'm sorry. You thought this job would be cush or something? You thought this, like,
our favorite was, I get up at 7:30. We're like, oh, shut
up. Oh my God.
Cry me a river.
Right. Especially you guys, because you get up at, yesterday.
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, this one, you won't hear this on your news because we aren't supposed to know this, but Thailand reports over 53,000 new COVID cases in a week. School shifts to online learning. I mean, we're just going to, it's already obviously in California, in other places in the U.S. I mean, I'm like, oh my God, here we go again, right?
Right. Well, the scariest part of it is there's never been a better time to attack the United States with a bioweapon because there is no way we would stand up a defense to it. With everybody who's in charge. Trump would not want to admit that he was president again when a giant pandemic situation started rolling. RFK Jr. would think you could eat celery and it'll just go away, or use a sun lamp or borrow Tucker's ball tanning machine and that will cook it out of your body or something. But by the time they got stood up to deal with a bioweapon, it would be way too late. Like, it is up to the states now. It is up to Democratic-led states to marshal all of their health safety inspectors, all their any emergency services that they have to protect people.
Having toured with both you and John, your balls are they're exactly the right color. No tanning is necessary.
Nope.
They're delightful.
No,
okay,
they blend in as they should in case of trouble.
Yeah,
What,
exactly right.
What trouble?
Well, it was cold in some places.
Like you. Oh, Chris Lavoie says
Yeah.
what trouble? Of all people, young man.
Aaron Rupar said, couldn't help but notice neither the Times or the Post have a story up about Trump saying he's not sorry Joe Biden has cancer. I guess that's just Trump being Trump. I mean,
And by the way, he really
That
needs
just
to
shows-
mention the Kentucky tornadoes. Any day now, he'll talk about
Yeah,
that.
right.
Right.
Okay.
By
the way,
I have to say, one of the reasons why there aren't big stories about this and why there's not a lot of coverage of this is, quite frankly, is that a vast majority of Americans don't care either that he's a pig and are just waiting for him to be gone, or looking for something to hang on to that will get rid of him, as opposed to just his normal blather, because there's so much laser pointer and distraction in what he does. It is media and propaganda manipulation day in and day out. So it's become
Choose your outrage.
to Bill,
Choose your
white
outrage.
noise.
to Bill Clinton's point this weekend, I mean, Amanda said, watch Biden's speech and interviews from this morning and Trump's press conference this afternoon, and then you tell me which man is evidencing cognitive decline. And just one last one. Just a reminder, Hunter Biden paid his back taxes plus interest accrued. So no, it is not like the grifting Chrisleys who were off the hook for more than $30 million in fraud, which we're going to pay back, Hal.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
We're going to pay
Well, and again,
reparations to Ashley Babbitt.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, well, that again, like that, I feel like was a payoff to shut that down, so they'd never have to meet with her or hear from them again. Trump does that a lot too. It's not his money, so he can
Never
throw it
is.
some way,
No,
so
it's
he never
throwing
has to
it's
meet
throwing
with
a
those
bone
folks.
to his base of non-millionaires so they can believe that he's done something for them. Until we can convince our conservative brothers and sisters that billionaires don't care about them, and the billionaire from Australia who's been grooming their thoughts for the last 30 years doesn't care about them. But as we know, the poor white Confederates who didn't own slaves will always go to work for the plantation owners.
Can I
and
just
they will
say,
fight for them.
we play Jimmy Kimmel, all the time here, Stephen Colbert, John Fugelsang, Hal Sparks. Can I just say the comedians are really leading the resistance, are doing better journalism. I mean, D.L. Hughley just this morning. So the dude who won't reveal the identities of the people who attended his meme coin dinner demands that Harvard reveal the identities of its foreign students. Got it. I mean, it really is falling on the comedians, I think.
And don't leave Springsteen out. Springsteen's doing some heavy lifting too.
He is.
Yes. Yeah.
And that'll again, what we'll recall is, if a lot of us, especially those Gen Xers, going through the Cold War and all the, it was really, for all of our lovely memories about the 80s, and I love the 80s, as many people who watch VH1 know.
This is true.
During that period of time was the height of when we were almost dead a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And the artists showed up in that period of time to start telling everybody in their own way how to get around this, how to recognize the lies they were being told, how to, not just buy into it automatically. And that is starting to happen again.
Look at what a warrior Jill Sobule was. I mean, J.D. Vance is and, Stephen Miller is the Omen Kid, and Bring Back Richard Nixon.
Telling the truth through humor.
My
that's
Facebook
really important.
friend who was MAGA, her other song that she just did here in March. I mean, that's how you fight back. You make it funny, right? And you show them you're not afraid, right?
Yeah. Well, and again, there is a lot of people are ganging up on Democrats that they should do more and the like, which I have no idea what they're like. The Democrats have slowed down every confirmation to a crawl, and every other day Thune or somebody is coming to the floor and complaining about it specifically. And most people who listen to us or listen to the drink from the fire hose of news might know this, but the vast majority of people don't. That the Democrats are using every tool they possibly have.
They can
in the
slow it down
minority.
more, Hal. They could slow it down more. They
Can't in terms of those.
They can obstruct it. They can slow it down in the Senate and the House even more.
No, they have been. I'm saying they are. They have been.
Right.
They are doing it more than even people know. They are doing it even for people that they plan on voting for or they allow through. His NASA head that he had to pull back because he donated to Democrats.
Allowing them through is not obstructing them. They got to slow it down even more.
What are we talking? Are we talking about judges or what are we talking
Everything.
about? Okay, because part of this, obviously, I love the Republican that admitted he didn't read the bill.
Yeah.
Like he thinks that's a good, because the more you delve into it, the massive Republican budget bill has mostly drawn attention for its tax cuts for the rich, Medicaid changes. It would also take steps to significantly roll back coverage under the Affordable Care Act. Millions would lose Obamacare, which Americans, the bill, blah, 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 would result in coverage losses for millions of Americans because to extend his tax cuts for the rich.
But then uninsured people can go to emergency rooms and the taxpayers foot the bill, and that's Republican socialism.
We're too busy paying the Chrisleys. Okay.
And that worked so well before. Like that, we're literally, their idea of make America great again is when medical bankruptcies were the key way that people lost their homes.
Mr. Sparks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Can I just say, I can never get enough stories about what a dumb Donald Trump is. But Tulsi Gabbard wants Trump's daily intel briefings. She wants to turn them into Fox News type broadcasts because he doesn't read. Can we dumb down the presidency anymore? Gabbard is helping to add animation and more dynamic multimedia elements.
Oh my God!
More cartoons.
To the Trump daily briefs, which he doesn't read anyway.
What's wrong with live puppets too? Why can't puppets deliver it to
I'm
him?
sure that's been tried.
To fit his viewing habits and hold his attention.
Strippers and puppets.
We're all dead. We're all gonna die. Wake up, dummies. Put down the mac and cheese and pay attention. Throw ketchup packets later. Tulsi's not listening. Tulsi,
If you're just
he's
listening
not
on the radio,
listening.
Hal Sparks is actually a puppet right now.
Yeah.
Hand
Look,
puppets,
I'm Matt
cartoons.
the Maggoty Rat with your morning news briefing. Wake up, stupid.
Here's another added benefit. The process could involve granting the Fox News team security clearance to access classified information. What could possibly go wrong?
That's great.
It's not enough that Sean Hannity has on speed dial since he was client number 3 of Michael Cohen. What did he need fixing? That's what I want to know.
All right, Puppet
Film
Hal.
at 11.
Puppet House.
Yeah. There's Hal.
There he is. All right, 45 minutes.
Matt the Maggoty
That was
Rat.
brilliant.
Hey, are you traveling this summer? Will you leave instructions for your house sitter, the name and number of your vet, maybe, the code to your alarm system? Think about the steps you take to prepare for vacation, and you'll get a sense of what goes into a Nokbox. Just go to thenokbox.com, use the code Stephanie. Nokbox is a complete system that helps you organize all of your accounts, possessions, and estate plans for your next of kin. Each Nokbox, that's Nokbox, comes with a comprehensive checklist that helps ensure you add everything they'll need to manage your estate when you are gone. From your funeral directives to your insurance policies, even the keys to your storage unit, the Nokbox helps you organize it all. If you've got a household, you need a Nokbox. Right now, Stephanie Miller listeners save 16% off the Nokbox of your choice. Just go to thenokbox.com/Stephanie. That's thenokbox.com/Stephanie to get 16% off. Stay calm, get organized today.